Welcome back. The big national story that we continue to track here on CNBC-TV18. More than 700 houses in Uttarakhand's Joshimath have developed cracks because of land subsidence. Now, as the evacuation continues, the Uttarakhand government has announced an interim relief of 1.5 lakh rupees each for affected families who have been moved to safer locations. The state administration has said that initially 200 unsafe houses and hotels will be demolished. 2 hotels were marked for demolition on Tuesday, but authorities could not dismantle them as hotel owners and locals staged protests. The protesters were demanding fair compensation from the government. Now, Hotel Malari Inn was among the 2 hotels that were to be broken down, and Santya Gora brought us this report from there.
This is Hotel Malari Inn of Joshimath. And this was the first building which was earmarked for safe demolition according to the local administration. The process which started yesterday, electricity lines were cut. The people which you can see who are sitting outside the hotel, they are hotel owners and their relatives, and they are staging a protest.
कल जब पता चला कि ये लोग अपनी मर्जी से हमको कोई सूचना नहीं कुछ नहीं अपने आप उन्होंने पता नहीं कितने बुला दिया फोर्स पुलिस फोर्स जब हमको पता चला ये तुम्हारा होटल टूटने हम दौड़ के सुबह 6 बजे आ गए यहाँ तब से हम यहीं बैठे के बस हम कह रहे कि हमारा जितना नुकसान हो रखा उसकी भरपाई करो हमको बद्रीनाथ के तर्ज पे विस्थापित कर दो बस हमको यहाँ से जाने का आगे दो हम नहीं रहते यहाँ।
तो आपके तहसीलदार साहब से लेकर के आपके मुख्यमंत्री तो कह रहे हैं कि हमने सबको अच्छे से पुनर्स्थापित कर दिया है, सबको सेफली पहुँचा दिया है हर जगह पे।
एक ही कमरा दे रखा उन्होंने वहीं पे रह रखे कहाँ इतना बड़ा होटल कहाँ मतलब एक उसमें और फिर ऐसी हालत में वो हमको मतलब कह रहे भागो तो कैसे भागेंगे यहाँ से।
These people, they had spent their entire night here outside in this biting cold. Their only demand is that government should take care of their rehabilitation. They should give them compensation for their properties. This is a hotel, and as the owner said that their house also is there in the basement. So for them, everything is at stake. Local administration says that they have done everything in order to rehabilitate them. CM of the state, in fact, MOS Defense also assured that the government will ensure that everyone in Joshimath is safe and no one suffers. But these are the people of Joshimath, and this is a very different tale here.
Now, Santya also travelled to Sunil village of Joshimath and spoke to the residents of the first house where the cracks were noticed. Here is that report.
This is the Shaklani family home, a place where generations of the Shaklani family have lived. It has wide cracks in it now, and it's caving in. This is the house from the top of the region where wide cracks were first noticed. All 14 members of the family have shifted to a nearby hotel now, and the Shaklanis can sense that this is the beginning of uncertain times for them.
This is the condition of Shaklani family's house. Now, let's talk to some members of the family to understand that when was the first time they noticed these cracks and what has happened since then. हमसे बात करने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। एक आप मुझे समझा सकें कि पहली बार ये दरारें, छोटी दरारें कब दिखी, फिर बड़ी दरारें कब दिखी और क्या हुआ था, थोड़ा समझा सकते हैं?
मैम पहले तो इस पे हल्की दरारें थी उस वक्त, ये अभी 6 महीने पहले की बात है, सितंबर की बात। उस टाइम हल्की दरारें थी, हमें लग रहा मकान ज़मीन ले रहा है। लेकिन उसके बाद मैम अभी 1 हफ्ते पहले जो हुआ था, 3 तारीख की बात बताई जा रही है, उसमें ये दीवार दिन प्रतिदिन और चौड़ी होती गई। आज एक दीवार पे देखा, कल दूसरी और परसों तीसरी, तो धीरे धीरे करके दीवारों पे दरारें भी पड़ती गई और मकान दरारें चौड़ी भी होती गई।
लगभग कितने आवाज सुनाई दे रही थी? कोई
मुझे तो मैं तो कम हुआ लेकिन
आवाज ऐसी आ रही थी कि कभी भी गिर जाएगा, पत्थरों के बजने की आवाज।
Now, various teams of the union government and state administration visit Shaklani residents on a daily basis. These teams are conducting surveys and trying to establish the causes of this land subsidence, these wide cracks, and this caved-in surface.
आप लोगों का फोकस पॉइंट क्या है सर व्हेन यू आर कंडक्टिंग दिस रेकी?
फोकस पॉइंट है ये बेसिकली रिहेबिलिटेशन। 3 पॉइंट्स हैं हमारे मैंडेट में। जो लोग हैं उनके रिहेबिलिटेशन का क्या अरेंजमेंट होगा और अभी इमीडिएट क्या उनकी नीड्स हैं, उनको कैसे एड्रेस किया जाएगा। दूसरा, इसके जो प्रोबेबल कॉजेज़ हैं उसके बारे में हम लोग जानने की कोशिश करेंगे, क्योंकि डिटेल्ड इन्वेस्टिगेशंस इन सब में तो टाइम लगेगा। तो प्रोबेबल कॉजेज़ हैं और फर्दर कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन क्या होगा उसके ऊपर हम।
Shaklani family in the meantime is waiting for the authorities to walk the talk and help them.
This is one of the rooms of Shaklani family, and this is one of the worst affected house in the region. All 14 members of Shaklani family are shifted to a nearby hotel, but they claim that their rehabilitation is poorly planned, and because of that, despite the dangerous status of their house and the risk involved, they still have to come here multiple times a day.
हमें यहाँ पर खाना बनाने के लिए आना पड़ता है। वहाँ पर खाने बनाने के लिए जगह नहीं है, हालांकि उन्होंने हमको ऐसे बोला है कि वहाँ पर तुमको खाना बनाया मिलेगा, पर हमको पापा और मेरे खाते नहीं है, तो इसलिए हमको यहाँ पर बनाने के लिए आना पड़ता है।
But the local administration claims that the affected families are properly rehabilitated. While ministers and government officers visit the Shaklani family home and many others like it, they provide assurances. But like the Shaklanis, thousands of residents of Joshimath are facing an uncertain future.
Now, so far, more than 80 families have been evacuated to safer locations in Joshimath. Santhya spoke to a family who had no option but to leave their home in the bitter cold of January and are now staring at an uncertain future.
This is the Joshial family of Uttarakhand's Joshimath town. This big family used to stay in 3 houses right next to each other here. But at least 10 days ago, the family noticed that all 3 houses had developed serious cracks. By the 3rd January, when the Joshimath issue came to light, the family was shifted to the Joshimath primary school. Days are still manageable, but as expected, nights are difficult, says the family.
लड़कियों लोगों भी रो रही कि हमारे पापा का बना हुआ था, दादी दादों का घर था, आज उनको भी रोना पड़ा। जैसे हम रो रहे वो भी रो रहे हैं, मम्मी हम कैसे देखेंगे अपने पापा का बना हुआ दादी दादियों का घर।
There are 81 families which are dislocated and shifted to these rehabilitation camps till 9th of January. And as I said, it's past midnight and these people, this is how they are living.
This crisis has disturbed every aspect of the Joshial family. This is 16-year-old Rahul Joshial. Rahul is a student of class 10th and has to sit down for board exams in the next 2 months. Between all the moving and these dim bulbs at the rehabilitation camp, Rahul is struggling to prepare for his exams.
दिन भर शिफ्टिंग करते फिरते थक जा रहे हैं, फिर रात को ही पढ़ नहीं पा रहे हैं, और फिर ऐसी टाइम हो जा रहा है, फिर बोर्ड एग्जाम है, डर लग रही है, पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही है ऐसी।
The state government says its focus is on safe evacuation.
अभी हमारी जो सबसे पहली प्रायोरिटी है, प्राथमिकता है कि सभी लोगों को सुरक्षित स्थानों पर किया जाए और जान माल की सुरक्षा की जाए।
The state government, which is now claiming to work in war footing mode, had more than a year to take appropriate action, say the local people of Joshimath. Locals claim that it was in November 2021 for the first time that they noticed cracks in their houses. Residents claim that for over a period of 1 year, they tried to raise an alarm and alert the state government, but no one listened to them, including the CM himself. And now, when the situation has become worse, these people, these families are dislocated in this bitter cold of January. In Joshimath, with camera person Lakshman Singh, this is Santhya for CNBC-TV18.
On that note, we have to wrap up this edition of Newscentre. Thank you very much for watching, but stay with CNBC-TV18. The news and updates continue.